God of War 2018 took the great story from the previous games and improved upon them. And God of War Ragnarok continues to make even further improvements with a more intriguing story that concludes with a truly epic finale. Compared to God of War 2018, the battle mechanics have been improved. You can now visit all 9 realms. They have added a much needed variety to the types of enemies and bosses you face, and now have additional characters besides Atreus like Freya, Brock, or Sindri to assist you. You can even play as Atreus during some parts of the game and have Angrboda, Thor, Thor's daughter Thrud, or a special sword named Ingrid assist you. I obviously love playing as Kratos most of all, but it's nice to add a variety to this brilliant gameplay. The story takes place 3 years after the last God of War game, and Fimbulwinter has set in. Atreus is now a teenager and wants to change the fate he saw for himself and for his father at the end of the last game. And Thor and Odin are also not that far behind. One of the main problems is now they are being tracked by Freya, who wants to make them suffer for the death of her son Baldur. The game definitely hits the ground running when Freya attacks Kratos and Atreus as they head home, but once they settle in, the vision they foresaw at the end of the 2018 game becomes a reality when Thor pays them a visit. Shortly after his arrival, the Allfather himself, Odin, arrives and attempts to make an agreement with Kratos and Atreus, but when Kratos refuses, all hell breaks loose and Kratos and Thor have their first epic battle. The rest of the game focuses on Kratos and Atreus visiting the other realms, and Atreus even connecting with Odin to help him recover the lost pieces of a mask that he needs to look into a tear in reality that could give him unlimited knowledge and overcome fate itself. Another great thing about this game is that it continually gives you the choice to move forward in completing the story, or go through numerous side missions to power up your weapons, armor, and skills. The powerful Blades of Chaos and Leviathan Axe are back, and Ragnarok adds an entirely new and effective weapon to your arsenal. This weapon is a sleek Draupnir spear, which takes Kratos back to his days as a Spartan. It's a cool new weapon that opens new areas and is able to hit enemies or Odin's ravens at a further distance than the Leviathan Axe. Another great addition are the new shields that provide both great defense and counterattacks. If you choose to stick with the path of finishing the main story, do not worry. You can still go back and complete most of the side missions, and there are even more great portions of the game that open up after you complete the main story, so you can continue playing for a while. One of these portions includes a very fun yet challenging battle against a new Valkyrie Queen Gná. I've heard some people complain about Ragnarok not being a true PS5 game because it was made for the PS4 and PS5, but from a technical standpoint, it has some of the best graphics I have ever seen. They even improve upon the incredible graphics from the 2018 game. The details you can see on Kratos' face, his armor, and his weapons, along with the many mystical and beautiful environments, are quite impressive. The sound is also excellent. Playing the game on a 5.1 or 7.1 home theater system, or the Sony Pulse 3D headset draws you in, and the score is truly epic and fitting as well. One other great element that draws you in is using the PS5 DualSense controller. If you thought throwing and recalling the Leviathan axe in God of War 2018 was satisfying, just wait until you do it with the PS5 controller. It is truly an immersive experience to climb walls, travel by dog sled, or my favorite, slide down ropes. I'm not sure how they did it, but they perfectly captured the feeling of ziplining down a rope. Other gameplay mechanics include being able to use the Blades of Chaos like a grappling hook to climb up walls and fly across long distances. The game also has a variety of options like being able to change the video performance quality along with modifying other gameplay accessibility features. No game is perfect, including this one, but the few glitches I ran into weren't too bad. One of my only issues with the game lie in some of the new time-consuming puzzles that have been added where you have to ricochet your axe off colorful twilight stones at a certain angle or having to spread a fire through your companion's sigil arrows to unlock certain items or areas. I also felt there was a little too much time needed in Atreus' mission in Jotunheim with Angrboda, but these are very minor issues when compared to how amazing the entire game is as a whole. One of the issues some had with the 2018 game was the lack of variety in bosses. Well, Santa Monica must have been listening because they added a grander lineup of adversaries to Ragnarok. But I definitely enjoyed fighting new bosses like the mutant crocodile-like Drekis, the centaur-like Huntress, the dinosaur-like Drakes, and the viper-like Nidhogg. To replace the challenging Valkyrie battles from God of War 2018, Ragnarok has replaced them with fierce berserkers. They, like the Valkyries, are also very difficult, and a few battles require you to fight more than one at a time or fight them alongside other enemies. Human bosses like Thor and Odin also produce some of the best battles of the entire franchise.
Looks like I gotta do everything around here. You wrote, son? You framed us! Why?
Rude's gonna be fine. I saved her. And Thor, that one's on you. You turned him against me. You turned them all against me.
You're what the All-Father made you. You can choose this. Stay in control of it, brother. I know.
That's not enough. Your family's falling apart.
Odin, please! You can stop this!
You can't stop this. Just give me my map.
Sure. Trust you. Sounds like a great idea.
The game is also beautiful as well. Outside of Elden Ring, it features some of the best level design and environments I have ever seen in a video game. All 9 realms feature some impressive environments, but the Spark of the World level was truly awe-inspiring. For those worried that playing the same realm as the previous game will seem repetitive, you will be pleasantly surprised to discover new parts of the realm that you had not played before or updates that make them seem like completely different realms. One of the strongest elements of this game is how it moves you emotionally and tugs at your heartstrings. Early in the game, Atreus loses one of his wolves and it may strike a chord with anyone who has lost their beloved pet. Later in the game, a surprising twist occurs when it is revealed that Odin was disguised as Tyr and murders Brock. Even though Brock was a rough around the edges, foul-mouthed dwarf, we still hurt for his brother Sindri because we get to experience his transformation from a kind, funny, and gentle character to an anger-fueled warrior who is anxious to make Odin suffer.
You don't get to use us anymore.
more or less what you wanted.
When it comes to Kratos, I do not believe there has been a more transformational character in video game history. I loved the original 2005 God of War and the direct sequels, but they introduced Kratos as a rage-filled Spartan warrior who killed anyone who stood in his way and didn't care whether innocent people suffered or died along his journey. Some of the later games tried to make him a bit more sympathetic, but it didn't quite fix his character. In God of War 2018 and Ragnarok, they finally succeeded. He changed by now doing whatever he could to avoid conflict and tries to protect the innocent. In Ragnarok, he may still seem rough around the edges, but the moving moments he shares with Atreus, especially at the end, show how much he has truly evolved since the 2005 original.
Loki will go. Atreus. Atreus remains.
For all of the serious and heartfelt moments, there are some comedic ones as well. Mimir and Brock are always good for comic relief, but these particular segments featuring Kratos are quite hilarious.
Good. Good boys.
Girls.
Good girls.
I see you're deliberately attempting to push me into some sort of emotional outburst, aren't you? Well, I'm not so easily swayed, my good man. Stop, stupid time!
My favorite game of all time was God of War 2018, but the masterpiece it is, God of War Ragnarok, has now dethroned it. I loved the 2018 version, and there are a few elements of it that are better, but Ragnarok has improved upon it on almost every level. With an excellent story, amazing gameplay, intriguing characters, beautiful level design, a heart-pounding score, killer weapons, a heartfelt ending, and overall entertaining experience, I rate God of War Ragnarok a 10 out of 10 and rank it as my all-time favorite game. I hope you have found this game review informative. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, subscribe to this channel, and share this video. If there is enough interest, I will continue to produce more gaming videos. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and go play God of War Ragnarok. It's a truly incredible experience.